Hi guys, I got some awesome merchandise today. Let me show you what I got in my first ever merchandise showcase. Enjoy. Hey guys, what's up? I'm back with another video, and in today's video we're going to start off our very first merchandise showcase because I really wanted to show you guys what merchandise I got today because I thought it would be a good idea to show you what I got, but also I had to mention about this. A special friend came along today and I really had the great privilege to finally meet this person. Adam Time Lord Fishwick. Now he has his own YouTube channel which I'll put the link in the description down below so you could go and check him out, and also we did a vlog together which when he releases it then I'll probably put the link in the description when he finally releases it, but I'll do that editing bit later. But today I finally met him for the first time. We've been talking together on social media but I never really saw him in general, but until today I met him for the very first time and I really got to know him, what he is like in general and what his personal interests are. We've mainly been talking about Doctor Who, but it's been an absolute brilliant privilege to spend the entire day with Adam today, and just to say how of a great chance to meet him because I sort of see him in his videos and he looks so different from just being on his videos to being in real life. He's so different, but he's absolutely a brilliant guy and I really want to meet up with him again very soon. So Adam, thank you very much for giving me this great privilege to spend the entire day with you, and let's hope that maybe we can get Aaron from All Things Doctor Who to have like an entire group day out together. That's what I really hope for. But again, thank you very much Adam, and let's begin my merchandise showcase, which today I got quite a lot of stuff. I got some books and also most importantly there has to be some Doctor Who DVDs involved, which today I bought Delta and the Bannerman and Time Flight and Arc of Infinity. Now you may be thinking, why the hell did you buy these DVDs? Well, Adam suggested me to buy Delta and the Bannerman because it's one of his personal favourites and he really likes it. And I've really never seen Delta and the Bannerman and I kind of really suggested to myself, why don't you buy it, Alex, just for the sake that Adam really suggested to you to buy it. So this was from Adam's point of view to buy it, so that's what I took. And also I really needed to get Time Flight and Arc of Infinity because these were two stories that I've not really seen for a long time, because most of the time I've had stuff on VHS, but I've lost the VHS tape which had Time Flight and Arc of Infinity on there, but I can't never find it anymore. So I decided why not buy the entire box set of it since it's there anyway. So I'm going to hopefully do some reviews for Arc of Infinity and Time Flight, but for the moment, and also for Delta and the Bannerman, but for the moment that's going to remain there just for the moment. But I definitely want to have a really good watch for Delta and the Bannerman and also Time Flight and Arc of Infinity, since these episodes are quite underrated in my opinion and many people quite have some negative opinions about these three stories. But I'm going to give you guys my opinions when we come to our Doctor Who marathon, which we're still continuing, but again series 10 is overtaking April at the moment. And also today I also got a brand new Doctor Who magazine. Do you know what it is? Look at this. Yes, that's right. Doctor Who magazine, toys and games. I've never seen this anywhere in the shops until in WH Smith, and wow, look at this, it looks so amazing. It's basically like a guide that showcases all of the toys and all of the games that happened throughout the 1960s to the 1970s to 1980s and so forth. And I've just been skipping through all of this and it's just been so fascinating just to look through. I mean, this is the first ever Doctor Who game I ever got. This game right here. I mean, how many of you guys really recommended that to, you know, many people? Because I absolutely loved that game just right there. Only because with the mini TARDIS, of which I really just loved as a child. I basically just had that in my hand all the time and just never let go of it because I was just really into Doctor Who at that time. But it was just really fantastic. But also you have the other Doctor Who board game with like a DVD disc in it as well. I've seen that before, but I've never really played it at all. But I just really love all of the exciting things within this, because you've got so much of, like, you know, got the Weeping Angels in there, and, you know, so much of games and toys, and oh my gosh, I just didn't really see this in any sort of shop whatsoever until today, and I felt really intrigued to basically buy this. And you can see down at the bottom corner a pinball machine. Like, wow. I mean, I'm not really sure who would actually buy that, but I think for many Doctor Who collectibles, they would love to have that. And also you have K9. I remember one time where I actually bought a robotic K9 with remote control for my mum's birthday, and she absolutely loved it. And I think we still have it in our in somewhere in our house. And also there's a chess set there, and there's so much throughout this magazine, but I highly recommend you go and pick it up, because if you're interested in Doctor Who collectibles and toys and games and stuff, definitely I highly recommend you go and pick this up. And it's just really interested me just for such a long time. 6 decades of classic collectibles, such a great Doctor Who magazine. I highly recommend you go and pick it up, just because if you're interested in toys and games when you were a fan of Doctor Who at that time, and what made you think of like picking a certain game up or toy. I mean, come on, it looked so amazing throughout all of this. So many different varieties of styles and toys, even from the 1960s and 1970s, they looked so good. And even from the 2010 kind of games, I really enjoy, you know, playing those games, and I really associate by buying all of these toys. But I've never been a big fan of collecting everything, but I've mainly been collecting Doctor Who DVDs, and most importantly, Doctor Who books as well. So this magazine is such a great magazine, and I highly recommend you go and pick it up. So that was our Doctor Who magazine, and then we had the DVDs, and now over here, this is the big thing I really loved about this, because a couple of months ago, I mentioned in a video that I was going to start a Peter Capaldi collection, collecting DVDs, books, posters, magazines, you name it. And I never had the chance to collect anything at the time. But today, I've collected more than just one Peter Capaldi item in my collection. I've got about 4 today. And one thing that especially was released just a couple of days ago, Doctor Who meets Mr. Men. And today, I bought this, Dr. 12th. That is such a great, I even had a little read of it, and it was so good. Wow. I mean, to be honest with you, since Peter Capaldi is my Doctor, I had to buy this. I mean, for any sort of Doctor, you would literally have to buy the Mr. Men of that version of the Doctor. And I just really love the adventure in this little story with like Missy, and then you've got the Doctor. I mean, just look, it just looks really amazing. And also you've got the different varieties of like Doctor 1st, Doctor 4th, Doctor 11th, and you've got Doctor 12. And I've just been really loving this entire little mini book. I've just been really adoring it, just because it just looks so amazing. Being transformed into a Mr. Men cartoon just looks amazing. But most importantly, I also got 3 amazing recent Doctor Who books featuring Peter Capaldi, Bill and Nardole. Well, one including Nardole. But today I got Diamond Dogs, The Shining Man, and Plague City. Now, I have to say that from these 3 books, I'm now really more interested in reading these books, because I've never been reading books for a long time, but until today, I found that all of these interesting books with Peter Capaldi and Pearl Mackie, I was hooked up to these, because Diamond Dogs seems like a really unusual title, but I feel like it's a really fun title. And then The Shining Man is it's a really interesting story, quite an eerie kind of story. And then Plague City featuring Nardole as well. I mean, I'm just really interested with all these great books, and this is a great start to my Peter Capaldi collection, and I will hopefully do a review on all of these books. Maybe should I go through the synopsis now if you want to? I mean, I might as well go through them now since I'm talking about them now. So we should have Leave, but we definitely should leave, but chatting ghosts. So I'm going to talk about Doctor Who Plague City first. The year in 1645, and Edinburgh is in the grip of the worst plague in its history. Nobody knows who will be the next to scrum. Nobody except the Night Doctor, a masked figure that stalks the streets, seeking out those who will not live to see another day. But death is not the end. The Doctor, Bill and Nardole discover that the living are being haunted by recently departed, by ghosts that do not know where they are dead. And there are other creatures lurking in the shadows, slithering, creeping creatures filled with an insatiable hunger. The Doctor and his friends must face the terrifying secret of sorrows, that something which had lain dormant for 200 million years ago is due to destroy the entire city. That is a really interesting synopsis. I really like that, and even judging by the cover, it just looks absolutely amazing. And from that creepy synopsis, I'm actually really intrigued to read this book. And to be honest with you, all these books have a really interesting synopsis. So that was Plague City. Now we're moving on to The Shining Man, and so we might as well read that synopsis as well. Being scared is the least of your worries. The shining men are everywhere. You spot them out of the corner of your eye. Abnormal tall, with long lank hair, blank faces and blazing eyes. If they catch you, they'll drag you away to who knows where. No one is safe. They're on the street corner, waiting, watching, shining bright. Of course it's a hoax, but it has to be right. It had started as a joke, a prank for Halloween. Then it went viral. Idiots dressing up as monsters, giving folk a scare, silly masks and fright wigs. No one gets hurt because the boogeyman aren't real. Until people start to go missing and lights burn in the darkness, burning like eyes. But help is on the way in the form of the strange man called the Doctor and his friend Bill. The Doctor will keep us safe. The Doctor will stop the monsters unless the monsters stop the Doctor first. So that's actually another great synopsis that I actually really like. I mean, all of these books, they really have a gripping synopsis that really grips you to their book. And this is just another great looking book. I mean, look, it just looks so eerie on the cover. That's just one of the best covers I've ever seen. Just having those little masked figures just creeping up behind Bill and the Doctor. Just looks absolutely amazing. So that was The Shining Man. And then finally, we have the last book, Diamond Dogs, which I really like the title, Diamond Dogs. I think it's quite funny and quite comedic title, but it just looks really good. And we might as well read this one as well. Here on Saturn, it literally rains diamonds. For over 15 years, the crew of Colosanturis, I can't really pronounce that right, mining facility 27 has been extracting diamonds from deep within the atmosphere of Saturn. Diamonds that help to fund the ever-expanding human empire. But when a mining operation goes wrong, a rescue mission must be launched to save a worker lost overboard. A worker who claims that he has seen something amongst the swirling clouds, something that cannot possibly exist. When the Doctor and Bill arrive, they immediately find themselves caught between hostile miners, suspicious security guards and corrupted company officials, as they face accusations of sabotage and diamond theft. And below them, in the crushing atmosphere of the gas giants, something is starting to rise. Again, really great synopsis. Actually, it's really gripping. I really love this book, and just judging by all of these amazing books, the synopses are absolutely so gripping, and they make me really want to read these, you know, because I'm actually really interested with these books, and I just cannot wait to start reading them. And so once I've finished reading these stories, then I'll do a full over review on what I think about these stories. But I'm really excited to read these, and this will probably give me some time off when series 10 is out of the way with, and then we can concentrate on maybe reading these, because I'm actually just really interested, and it'll be a great thing to start off our maybe a book review series, and maybe to persuade people to actually buy these. And I highly recommend you buy these books, even if you've not really been a big fan of Bill's character in Doctor Who. I still highly recommend, because the synopsis is absolutely gripping, and I just cannot really argue much more. Like, if you're a big fan of Doctor Who and you love series 10, I highly recommend you buy these books. I highly recommend, and this will definitely go in my Peter Capaldi collection. So that was a great start to start off my Peter Capaldi collection. But I will always collect the audiobooks and many more Doctor Who books with Peter Capaldi in them, and also the Series 10 books are coming up as well. So there's so many much to collect with Peter Capaldi. But anyway guys, thank you for watching for this video on this merchandise showcase. I hope you have enjoyed it. Make sure you leave this video a like, but also comment down below what your thoughts are about all of the merchandise that's here. What do you think of these books? Do you like these stories? Tell me your thoughts on them. Are you actually quite excited or about the preview for Thin Ice? Make sure I highly recommend you pick this up as well. And also make sure if you are a big fan of either Peter Capaldi, the 11th Doctor, the 4th Doctor or the 1st Doctor, then make sure you pick up one of these just before you go. I mean, they're quite cheap. They're only just about £5, only just because they're quite new and they've just been released just a couple of days ago, but they're absolutely amazing. And even so, just as a little kid reading Mr. Men and just transforming them into a Doctor Who, I mean, come on, that's an ingenious idea, and I just absolutely love the cover. Mr. 12 with his grey hair and the Sonic shade on, I absolutely love that. It's the original Mr. Men covers, and I just really love the entire, the entire mini story. It just really looks absolutely amazing. Also, there's a little synopsis on the back which I didn't see. Dr. 12, oldest adversary, returns in a time-bending chase through Earth's history. Will the Doctor prevail, or will Missy finally have her day? Again, that's really interesting. Such for a little kid can be really into Doctor Who through this. I highly recommend to any kid or to any person who's interested in the Mr. Men books. I highly recommend you buy these as well. Anyway guys, thank you for watching for this video. Make sure you do subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and make sure you look out for my preview on Thin Ice, because that preview is coming up very soon. So thank you guys for watching for this merchandise showcase, and I will see you guys next time for my preview for Thin Ice. I hope you're ready, and I will see you guys for that soon.